Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Mother's Day. My name is Cindy, and I just want to, sorry about that. I just want to go ahead and wish you all a happy Mother's Day to start with. And we are going to have some fun this morning. So we're going to give you some tasty treats that you can think about for Mother's Day, a little pampering that you can do for Mother's Day, maybe even a little gardening that you can do for Mother's Day, and how we can take care of our beautiful, beautiful skin. So we are just a group of women that have just met this week. So we're super excited to see each other and meet each other and see everybody's faces and see your faces. So you may be watching this on the recording. So we're just thankful that you're taking the time to watch us and hear about what we have to say. And we're just a group of servant-hearted women that just want to reach out to everybody and share what we have, because we feel that we have a gift with what we represent of health and hope and just great all overall beauty in general. So let's see, Debbie, I think you're going to start us off. You can start. You can tell where you're at. So I'm in Florida, and you're going to see that we're literally across the globe. So I'm in Florida this morning. Debbie, where are you reaching out to us from? Oh, you got to unmute, honey.
Thank you. Hi, Cindy. Hi, everyone. I'm Debbie, and I live in Michigan. And so as I hear all of you talk about Florida, we had, low 30s last night. And so I had to cover up my tower again for the third night in a row. So, but we're getting there. Summer's coming. So this morning, I'm going to be making some fudge pops. Easy recipe. You'll just need a package of our complete shake. We're going to some of the things I've pre-measured. So we just need 1 serving of that. And I'm going to have 1 cup of coconut milk. And I'm going to put in, I froze a banana just because it makes it a little bit thicker. And I'll tell you why I want it thicker when it comes time to putting them in my popsicle molds. And 1 tablespoon of nut butter. Can you believe that's it? So I'm going to mix this up really quick. Actually turn myself on mute.
I'm actually going to talk for a little bit why Debbie does that. So we are with a company called Juice Plus, and maybe some of you have heard of that, and maybe some of you haven't. But what we do is we are able to help everybody with whole food nutrition, some concentrated plant powders that we are able to put in our bodies every single day. So Kristen is going to show us a capsule, and we'll talk a little bit more about our capsules when she talks. But Debbie is talking about our macronutrition. So in that shake mix, she has fats and she has proteins and she has healthy carbohydrates that all come from plants. So if you've been looking for a protein powder that is filled with plant goodness, this is where you can go to. So Debbie, I want to see if I'll turn it back over to you.
Okay, great. So that was all. I just mixed it up, and I like it a little bit thicker because what I love to add into mine is some almonds. My favorite ice cream is chocolate almond. And so this is perfect for me. I don't have to go out and get ice cream that I'm craving. I just have it in a little popsicle every night. So I'm getting some more protein and fiber. Some of those things that Cindy just talked about that we get from our protein shake. I just think it's pretty healthy. I'm able to fill about 4 of these ice cream popsicle containers. These are a little bit bigger than what I normally use. Let's see if I can get 4 in there.
And I just want to point out, not only are these great for kids, but they're great for us adults too. So disclosure here, you don't need to have to be a kid to eat one of these.
I don't don't have any children here in my home, so they're all gone. And so, you know, usually I make popsicles, like the popsicle recipe with peaches. And so that's really delicious. But see, voila, those are ready. You can put them in the freezer for a couple hours. They'll be ready. However, last night I made a set. So maybe I'll have double tonight or one for breakfast tomorrow. You'll get a little crazy. But I made a set last night. And so here they are.
Yay. Those look awesome. Much better than the fudgesicles that we see at the store.
Yeah, just easy and fast and delicious. So I'll post the recipe on this page.
Sounds great, Debbie. Hey, wait a second, real quick. Can you tell us, how did you hear about Juice Plus and really what attracted you to the product?
Well, I had a lot of things going on, a lot of fatigue and a lot of autoimmune diseases. And so I had a friend, a special friend that introduced me to Juice Plus. And it just made sense compared to all the medication that I was taking. My body needed repair and nutrition. I didn't know all of that. It's like what you don't know, you don't know. But once you know, you know. So I started on Juice Plus, changed my fatigue was gone, and just set my body up for optimal living. And so to be able to get up and get out and walk and enjoy life. So yeah,
Well, great.
I've been taking Juice Plus for about 3 years.
Perfect.
So
perfect. Well, we're so glad you're here today, and we're so glad you're in Juice Plus sharing this mission with us. And next, we're going to hear from Tanya. So Tanya, I think, let's see, I saw you were on, and we just need to unmute and maybe show your camera if you're able to, but if you're, traveling, we'd just love to hear your voice. And so if you can share with us, Tanya, how you started Juice Plus and what you've seen, and maybe what you're looking forward to in Mother's Day. Let's see if she's ready. And if not, Faith will jump to you
I'm here.
Okay, there you are.
I didn't turn my camera on. I have not done my hair yet. And it's standing straight up on my head.
Been there, done that. So we're just glad you're with us and can't wait to hear your story, Tanya.
I came about Juice Plus, about a year ago, and it's done great for my skin. My whole family takes it. And we sometimes we do the protein. I don't do it every day, but I make it when I make them breakfast, and I put it in their smoothies. But it has really been a great blessing for us, especially me, with it clearing up my skin. I had really, really bad eczema, and it has cleared up my skin. It's helped my skin changed once I started taking it. Let's put it that way. Once I started taking it, my skin cleared up. And I can't say that it's a cure or anything, but it has done a world of difference in my health. And I take it every day. I won't skip a day without taking my Juice Plus. And since then I started with the trio, and then I added the omegas, and I saw even more benefits, like, with the knee pain. I have really great recovery after my workouts. I even tell my trainer, I'm like, I don't really get sore, which was not a good idea because he upped the ante on me. So now I'm getting sore. But maybe it was time for me to up it. So, but since then I started walking and everything, and I exercise a lot more, and it's just been a life changer.
That's awesome. And we're so excited. And wasn't your family just surprised to see how quickly and easily your skin was clearing up just by adding that nutrition every single day?
Yes, and my sister takes it. Her hair has gotten super, super thick since she's taken it. My mom takes it. She just noticed she's not as tired. My dad takes it. He absolutely loves it. So yeah, it's just kind of spread to not just my immediate family with my kids and husband, but my siblings
Right.
immediate family too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, thanks so much for sharing your story. And we're so thankful that you're here, Tanya. So, Faith, I'm so excited to meet you next. Are you here with us, Faith?
Forgot to unmute. Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So I first heard about Juice Plus when I invited a wellness speaker to our to present at our family meetup. This was back in 2010, and it made sense to me because it simplified everything that I had been trying to accomplish and bringing better nutrition to my household and to my friends and family. And it was simple, it was convenient, it was mobile, which was very important to a person who's basically a nomad like I am. Since we started Just Plus, my downtime as I battle a very debilitating chronic illness has reduced by 60%. And that is tremendous. That means that I get to have more fun, more function, and time with my family. And my younger children, they are no longer slaves to the tummy doctor visits and the medications that they were given since we started taking it. All four of my children are personally committed to healthy food habits now. But the absolute highlight for me is that my grandbabies ask for this powerful nutrition every single day. If you don't give it to them, like, where's my shake? Where's my Just Plus? So Just Plus really and truly changed our world.
Wow. That's such an incredible story. And we can't see you, and that's okay. There you go. There's your beautiful face. But
Oh, you
isn't
couldn't see me?
no, we could hear you though. But
Oh no.
isn't it incredible that no matter what age we are as women, as mamas, we get to have this impact generations and generations and generations down. So I just love that one of your favorite parts is that your grandkids ask you every day to get that nutrition in because they're going to have a healthy advantage that, like Debbie said, we didn't know that about all of this before we knew. And so that we get to pass that down so that they'll know their entire lives. So wonderful. Thank you so much, so much, so much for sharing. And what are you looking for Mother's Day, Faith?
My favorite foods, my asparagus. I know that my older daughter, she's gonna cook all of my favorite foods, and they joke about me being so committed to healthy eating, but they're on board with me. So I'm looking forward to them fixing me all of my favorites for the holiday.
That's wonderful. Well, enjoy every second of it. And so next we have Kristen. So Kristen, thanks for joining us. Can't wait to hear your story and what you're going to show us.
Yes, thank you for having me. What I'm going to show you is a healthy and simple facial that you can do. And I'm going to be using what we consider the Vibrance Blend. I've actually been taking Juice Plus for 15 years, and I was at the salon today, and my hairstylist asked me. She said, "How old are you again?" And I said, 47. And this was while she's like washing my hair. She said, I just don't understand. Like, why is your skin so, young looking and so good? And it just was so funny because I was like, well, I'm teaching on, healthy facials. But I said, I've been taking a product for 15 years that is nourishing my body from the inside out. And I love not only being able to take it and giving my cells what they need, but then also I'm very careful about what I put on my skin. I know that there's a lot of toxic things out there. So if I can find something plant-based that is going to be simple and put something good on my skin that's not going to harm it, then that's even better. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to take one each of this is the berry capsule, and I'm opening that into a small bowl. I know some of y'all said that you don't have kids here. I actually not only have my 4 kids still here that still live at home. I have 5 total, 4 here. But I also have a house full of people that are outside trimming and stuff, trying to prep for a graduation party. So I'm in my bedroom doing this. So that's why I can't have a pretty like backdrop where you can see everything happening. So I just poked a hole into the Omega blend, and I love the Omegas. It's one of our newer products, and it has the benefits of Omegas 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And I'm putting that in, and I'm mixing it up with just a little bit of water, and then I'm going to put it on my face. So as I'm mixing this up, I do have to say the other day, I also had a sunburn, and I put some Omega on my sunburn, and it felt so much better by the next morning. So I don't know if you can see this. So this is mixed up, and I'm just gonna start putting it on my face. And you know, it may not look pretty, but definitely feels really good. And I don't know about y'all, but I've put product on my face and I've instantly had tingling or burning sensations. Never have I ever had that problem with putting any kind of our Juice Plus product on my face. So I'm going to leave this on and just let it soak in and do good stuff. And while I do that, I will my story. So as I said, I
Yeah.
started on Juice Plus 15 years ago. And at that time, I only had three of my children, but let me tell you, I was spending more time at the pediatrician's office than I was at home. And so I met my dear friend Tyra at the time, and she just told me the simplicity of whole food nutrition to nourish our bodies from the inside out and to just for preventive purposes. And I was like, wow, that just makes so much more sense than having to go and try different medications that may or may not work or you may react to. And so I not only jumped on the products, but I jumped straight into the business because I wanted to share this good news with other people. So fast forward 15 years, and my children have not been to a sick doctor appointment in 15 years. Not saying we never get sick, but we don't get sick enough to need to go. So it has been a true blessing. And as Tanya said, I've also trained for several half marathons, and there was a huge difference in my recovery time when I was taking the Juice Plus product. So um, last thing I want to share. So a lot of times we have a program called Shred 10. And so one of the things that we try to avoid during the shred is caffeine. Well, I have found this amazing product. It's called Tea Chini, and it is a great herbal tea that tastes similar to coffee. So if I'm ever having that craving for a coffee, I use tea chini. And what a great way if give yourself a little facial, give yourself a nice cup of tea chini, put on some relaxing music, and just have some good time for yourself because self-care is so important.
Oh, that's so wonderful. And you're right, Tachini is wonderful. It's kind of like that chicory. I believe it is chicory, and it doesn't have caffeine.
It
So,
is.
Kristen, I'll just real quick pick up on that. So Debbie mentioned our shakes, and Kristen mentioned our Shred 10. So when you combine those shakes and these capsules that we have here, this plant powder, that's kind of what consists of our Shred 10. So for 10 days, we just work on adding some good habits in and taking some bad habits out. So we eliminate that caffeine, we add in more water, we add in exercise every day. And exercise is, whatever is good for you, what works for you. It doesn't have to be going to the gym. Maybe it's going for a walk that you haven't done in a long time. So we're adding that movement in. We're giving up things like sugar because we know that sugar is so toxic for our bodies. And we'll talk about that another time. But just a great opportunity to say, hey, maybe you want to join in on the next Shred 10 that we're doing, and have that detox and clean out your body and join it. And just work on getting all these capsules every day from that 30 fruits and vegetables and berries and those omegas. Kristen talked about the omegas, my favorite product that we have. But I'm going to go outside and talk to you about our tower. But I just really quick want to take a minute because, we just had a really good reminder of, not everybody looks forward to Mother's Day. And I'm a great example that my mama passed away 10 years ago in July. And I have one child in Michigan. I have one child in Texas. So, for Mother's Day, I'm kind of sort of out here all by myself. But sometimes when we have those experiences and we think it might be really sad because we don't have our mamas or we don't have our children around us, it's just a wonderful time to reflect on those memories that we do have. Maybe memories of my mom, that I get to share. And one of the things with technology with our kids and grandkids now is we can Zoom and we can FaceTime, and we couldn't do that a few years ago. So we're so blessed to have so many things at our disposal of what we can do. And how Kristen just said, self-care is so important. Well, part of that self-care is loving ourselves and saying, it's okay that I don't have that person around me right now, but oh, I'm so thankful for what they taught me. Or, oh, I'm so thankful that in June we get to go see our grandkids. So it's just taking that little time to stop, reflect on what we do have, and then just be thankful for what we have and thankful for the ways that we do have to reach out to them. So I hope you've all been a little bit curious, because I'm gonna take you all outside and we're gonna go to my tower garden. So one of the things, that we we only have 5 products here at Juice Plus, and which is one of the things I love about this business, that it's just a very, very narrow product line, but it's a narrow product line that does so much. So what do I have here? So this, oh, you can't tell it. Maybe you can tell it better in David's computer, but I have some Swiss chard, and I have to tell you guys this little story. So I mentioned that we're in Florida. Well, we went 10 days to Michigan, and I thought for sure my whole tower would be dead because all of my neighbors are gone. They've all gone back home. And so we didn't have anybody to water it. That's really the only thing you need to do with a tower, is give it some good water and check the pH. It's simple. It's gardening for people with a non-green thumb. And so I was so pleased that, we got back in 10 days. You can actually see the Swiss chard better here, can't you? So you see the rainbow Swiss chard. Up at the top, that mountain up at the top is celery and parsley. And down here at the bottom, let's see this way, are my green peppers. Now, the celery, the parsley, the green peppers, I do have some new plants in there, but I planted those all in September of last year. I still have blossoms on my green peppers, and the parsley, I've whacked it all off probably at least 4 times, and it still keeps growing and growing and growing. And so that's a great way that we could save the planet, because it takes 90% less space. It takes 90% less water. It grows 3 times faster than a traditional garden. And believe me, back in Michigan, we do a huge traditional garden. So David and I always have a competition who can grow what faster. But what you will be just amazed at is the flavor. You've never tasted celery like that's in the tower garden. It's just amazing. So great nutrition. Nobody touches your food but you. It doesn't have to travel 1,200, 1,500 miles to get from where it's grown to you. And there's no waste. You only pick it when you're ready to eat it. So now it's been sitting outside in the 90-degree weather for about 15 minutes. But before we started, I made one of those shakes that Debbie talked about, a protein shake. So what I have in here, I have that parsley in here. I have the celery in here. And what's the third thing I put in here? Oh, the Swiss chard. And some spinach. So I actually put 4 ingredients. So, and just really quick, my Juice Plus story. We've heard from Debbie that she had some health issues, and Tanya had some things that she wanted to clear up. There's nobody that isn't a good person to start Juice Plus. We were very fortunate. Our family, thank you, Jesus, is very healthy. But however, my mom had a different story. My mom had ALS. We lost her to ALS. And I just knew that I wanted to do everything I could for my family to be healthy. I didn't want to put my children through what we went through with my mom. So when we heard about Juice Plus, it was actually from our 4-year-old grandson at the time, had food allergies, which thank you, Jesus, he no longer has because of all the nutrition in his body. And it just made sense. Everybody in our family, I'm going to join the business. Everybody's going to eat this, no discussion. And we all had like who was it? Faith said, generations of young people, 3 generations down, eating healthily. And it is so good. I posted on one of our Facebook groups this week a hamburger, a McDonald's hamburger that's been in the cupboard for like 3 months. And our grandkids have never gone to McDonald's. And so how great is that you can say, and they don't think it's so great, quite honestly, but they've never gone to McDonald's. Oh, I see one of my neighbors is coming over. So Sonja, can you
I can, and wow, can you hear me? Yes. Okay. So we promised you guys a Mother's Day treat and a pampering, and I think we have totally delivered. My name is Sonja Shavers, and 5 years ago, I was hot flashing and exhausted, and all I could do was get home, take off my clothes, and go to bed. A colleague actually introduced me to Juice Plus, and since that time, my energy is through the roof. My labs prove it. I was iron deficient, and my hair was shedding, and I was full of back pain and headaches, and I no longer have that. But today, I just love everything that the women have brought to us. And I just want to say that Juice Plus has more than 40 published studies that have been done independently by universities and medical facilities across the world, proving its effectiveness. So all of the products that you saw are in that. And everybody at some point mentioned the Healthy Starts for Families, where an adult who takes Juice Plus, their child actually is sponsored in at no cost to the parent. And so that's a wonderful program. And Cindy mentioned the Shred 10 program. We do that once a month, and we have tons of free resources. So I want to say that if you have questions or you would like to follow up, get with the person who invited you to this call, and they will share more and answer your questions. This also, I have to say before we close out, is a serious side hustle. You can supplement your income very well. For me, this is a retirement, it's a retirement plan for my future, and it's a way for me to fund activities for my grandchildren so that they can be exposed to events and extracurriculum experiences that they may not have. So we thank everyone for coming. We thank all of our presenters. Team, well done. And we look forward to doing many more events like this one. So thank you.